course, Call of Duty or cops or live PD. Like ants, man. Freaking ants.
I like that she's balanced about it. I like that she says that, listen, we're not going after those parents who are completely stretched thin with resources. But if you're just turning a blind eye, why shouldn't you be held responsible for all of this? Law enforcement is morale-wise at an all-time low, and they're stretched thin, and they've got limited resources. And going into this weekend, they're already going to be stretched as far as they can to handle things. And then you throw on top of it these what do they call them? Street takeovers.
Yeah.
Every resource that's poured into taking care of this hooliganism is some resource that they're taking away from maybe a more serious problem, and expect further violence.
Emily.
Yeah, and the behavior here and the crimes that are being committed, if it were adults doing them, it would have been stopped because the whole world would have been horrified. Somehow these guys have been infantilized, and no pun intended. They're not. These are not babies. These are not children. These are really big grown people who are acting a fool, and they're putting in danger a lot of other people. And we've seen, to the point about the violent commission of crimes in D.C., murders happening, but because everything's in juvenile court and family court, these guys get out after a matter of months. So the message needs to be systematically changed so that there is a deterrence. But here on this front, you know, I'm concerned for the optics that will just be wielded by the left against anyone that is committed to law and order, of like SWAT teams trying to sort of, you know, facing these teen takeovers. But I can't think of a better idea. Somehow in there needs to be a complete deterrence. And I'm thinking, you know, is it massive stink bombs? Is it really loud noises, blarings? What is it that will deter these kids from infecting the streets and infect?
Because, you know, I mean, it's a serious, but the compassionate side as well. We don't want to see no kids getting killed. You don't want to be a law enforcement officer or agent having to be having somebody's child, like, you got to think your own child in the crosshairs. But you putting, you know, eventually you're going to put them in a situation where they have no choice but to react. And that changes the narrative. I mean, because now the narrative changes. Because you can't say, well, he didn't have to kill him. He had to do this. He had to do that. He did this and do that. Do this. Well, I mean, listen. What do you want them to do? I mean, because you could. I mean, again, stink bombs. I mean, you know, things like that. But I mean, like, somebody in the crowd. It just takes one. It takes one. And in a high pressure situation or whatnot, you're a threat to the public. Action got to be taken. You know, I mean, again, like I said, just trying to be compassionate, but I'm also just trying to be realistic and be objective here with you all. I mean, most of y'all, who's watching this know what I'm talking about. I understand what I'm getting at. But I mean, if something, something do happen, I don't want to hear well, they didn't have to do that. Should do this. They gave every warning, gave every incentive or whatnot. They gave every means to say, hey, don't do it. Don't be out there. Don't be out there. It's almost finished. This almost done.
The businesses. That Delaware beach was so disturbing. All of these are so disturbing to me. But that one in particular, because you saw how many kids were out on their towels and they were just having a good time like we used to. It was just really enjoying the sun and your friends with good music. And what happens? There's some type of malignant tumor that just infects it, and 3 of them are stabbed. How are the parents of well-behaved children that just want to have a good time with their friends then parenting them? If you see what looks like trouble, run. I mean, how is this even allowed to happen? It worries me for so many kids, and for, by the way, all of them, our we're always going to pay for them. We're paying for them now in juvenile court, and then we're going to pay for them in the prisons. And no matter what, we will continue to pay for them, because none of them are going to make it anywhere if they continue down this track.
Yeah, and left-wing policies enabling it. And you mentioned the left. They're 17 points underwater on crime right now.
Yes.
And these images aren't helping.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox 1.
So we're going to move over to Chicago as well. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. I think we have. Put them back on the screen here. Hold on. We got another video to show you all. If you are enjoying this, please hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, comment as well. I'll share mine towards the end of the show. Okay, here we go. We got something. Oh man, many of y'all are real. Listen, one of America's dumbest mayors. Put him on the stage.
Mechanism cannot just be with teenagers, right? I know where my son was at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mayor Johnson is calling on parents to be more responsible after 5 police officers are injured in a teen takeover. WGN's Andrea Medina has our top story.
We're going to get on his ass after a while.
Neighbors say they were completely blindsided by what unfolded overnight, calling it a relentless, unpredictable scene that left many feeling uneasy and unable to get any sleep. A massive crowd of teens took over the streets near 13th and Troop in the Little Italy neighborhood Saturday night into Sunday morning, filling sidewalks, intersections, and blocks.
When I say that it looked like millions of kids out here. Kids were all on top of their cars. They were stopping in the middle of the street, twerking, and it was ridiculous, man.
Neighbors, some just returning from late night shifts, others already settling in for the evening, described the scene became increasingly chaotic between Troop and Loomis Streets along Roosevelt Road, eventually shutting down the area. They say the loud commotion and hundreds moving through the neighborhood well past 3 a.m. turned the night into a disruptive, sleepless ordeal for them.
Screaming and hollering. I've never seen anything like that. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was livid. Do you hear me? And I'm still livid about that. I can't believe it.
Still livid.
I cannot believe how they allowed that. They allowed that.
Then around 3:30 in the morning, the scene escalated even further as CPD attempted to clear out what they've called teen takeovers.
This car just literally plowed through the whole crowd.
Chicago police say a driver in a blue sedan hit 5 officers who were walking as they tried to disperse the crowd. They were transported to Stroger Hospital, where they are recovering. The 18-year-old driver was not injured and was taken into custody. Justin Peters with Chi-Town Crime Chasers says his violence prevention team responded to the gathering and remained on scene for nearly 8 hours, working through the night to help de-escalate and move teens out of the area. He says one of his team members was also hurt during the chaos.
We had front lines with Chicago police pushing the crowd away when this happened. And unfortunately, this vehicle just drove through and hit several police officers, teens. And it turned real bad. And then even after the fact, there was still a lot of kids out. They were hanging out and partying.
It comes down to some type of reprimanding. Because at the end of the day, it's unacceptable.
Neighbors say they would have liked to see police stepping in earlier to break up the gatherings before they grew out of control, preventing them from getting so large. Meanwhile, the mayor's calling the gatherings dangerous and urging parents to be more aware of where their children are during late night hours.
The accountability mechanism cannot just be with teenagers.
There was also a shooting near Roosevelt and Racine where a 19-year-old man was shot in the leg. He is expected to be okay, but CPD has not said whether the shooting and the large gathering are connected. Reporting outside the 12th District Police Station, Andrea Medina, WGN News.
So